Hi, it's the Lipstick Gal. Thank you so much for watching today. I realize I've been doing a little bit of retail therapy recently and my boxes are starting to stack up, like I'm running into them. Let's crack into it. So I've got a trusty little pocket knife here and I'm gonna start with my beauty pie box. Oh my goodness, I forgot I placed an order. Isn't that bad of me? And I know like there might be, I might remember one thing that's in here, but let's see. Let me take all the paper out so it won't make all the noise. Give me a sec. So everything is out of its tissue paper, so hopefully you won't hear any of the crinkly crackly. First thing I did was this. I got myself a pack of 6 of their silk scrunchies. Okay, I love these. I have been buying these since December. They've had them for a long time, but I mean, aren't they just beautiful? And there's 6 of these. My hair is just getting long enough to be put in a hair tie without looking like I have like hair this long sticking out the end. You know, I actually have hair to put in there now. And I bought a pack of 6 of these at Christmas time for my daughter, 2 black, 2 kind of blondie beige colored ones and 2 wine colored ones. She loved them. And then my youngest was like, but what about me? So my 12-year-old is notorious for wearing, you know, things like this as a bracelet. Fine, no problem, I don't care. But then she gives them to a friend or she loses them. And I'm like, sweetheart, it's almost $20 for 6 of these. You can't just be willy-nilly leaving them here, there, and everywhere or just giving them away. I said, because then you're gonna come and raid mine. So it wasn't that long ago that I got a 6-pack and I split them between her and I. 3 for me, 3 for her, and pretty soon hers were all gone, and then pretty soon mine were all gone. And I was like, children. The best part about these is since they're silk, they're not actually going to like tear hair out of my head. I feel like the older I get, I definitely can tell that I'm losing hair. I also have endocrine issues, which means that my hair is, I lose a lot of hair. All right, so here's where I tell you it looks like I have a ton of hair, but I don't have as much hair as I used to. I used to have a ponytail when I was a teenager that was so thick I couldn't get my fingers all the way around it. And now it's definitely like this, which is still, I know, a lot of hair, but I know I've lost a lot of my thickness. My braid used to be so big, people used to complain it was like a horse's tail. So what I'm looking for in a hair tie is a hair tie that when I put it in and I take it out, it's not gonna be ripping out hairs. I can put my hair up in one of these and take it out later and not have like a dent in it. That's what's great about these. I mean, maybe a slight dent, but it's not the same as like a traditional hair tie. So I'm glad that I have 6 of these. Next thing I picked up is this. This is the Super Healthy Skin Moisturizing Shea Butter Suds Body Wash. I have never tried this, but oh, it smells really good. It smells like their Super Healthy Skin Body Cream and their Super Healthy Skin Body Scrub. The fact also that it has shea butter in it, it has sweet almond oil, aloe vera, it's not gonna overstrip my skin. And I like this really generous size. I'm glad that it has one of these flip top lids as opposed to a pump. I have one of their, I think it's their Super Healthy Skin Foaming Face Wash that comes kind of in a clear yellow package. It's this size with a pump. The pump only goes down part way. I don't know what happened. The pump quit working and now I have to do like 4 pumps and they're like minuscule pumps just to get enough to wash my face with. So I'm glad I have the flip top and not the pump. So everything else I picked up was makeup. I'm kind of excited about this. They came out with a refillable package for their bronzer. And this is called Keep This Compact. And it's basically their reusable packaging, which I think is really pretty. I like that it's rose gold. This is what it looks like on the inside. And they send you separately their refillable pan. So this is magnetized. It just slides right in. And I got the lightest shade in Sunnyside. I hope it's not too orange. Let's do a quick little swatcheroo. Actually, that looks pretty good. It looks like it could actually double as kind of like a blush bronzer, and instead of like trying to contour with it, I definitely keep it higher up on the cheekbones. I'm really excited to see what this looks like. So the one thing that I always worry about is that Beauty Pie will have things on their website and then when they're out of stock, they just leave the website completely. And then I don't know whether it's a product that's been discontinued or whether it's just not in stock at the moment. And I am always a little bit frustrated by that. I wish they would just say, you know, expected back in stock late late September, or more along the lines of sold out. So it lets me know that yes, you're still planning to refill this product, but I know Beauty Pie is different that way. There are a handful of products that I absolutely adore from Beauty Pie and I don't want to be without. This is one of them. This is their One Powder Wonder. Okay, this is a brand new one, and I know it looks frighteningly white in the pan. This is one of those powders that for what, $12 or $14, however much it is now. I feel like the price is always fluctuating on Beauty Pie. The price is never the same, which is fine. It's still really affordable. This is a baked translucent powder. Now, I would say this powder is probably best for people with fair to light skin. It might work on medium skin, but I don't know if you would get like any sort of a white cast. Let me pull the other one out. Here's the one that I have right now. I can tell that I've got a divot going on here. I'm gonna hit pan pretty soon, but when you really run your finger over it, this is what it looks like. And it looks really white here, but when I put it here, I can never tell where it is. This is the finest milled baked powder. It really reminds me texturally of an Hourglass ambient lighting powder. If you've ever tried one of those, they're very finely milled, they're very smooth, they feel like nearly nothing on the skin. This is my favorite affordable under eye powder. This works great all over the face, but I'm trying a new Charlotte Tilbury powder right now that's white. I love the under eye powder in light from Pat McGrath that is also baked and white. It's smaller, it's a little bit more domed, it's $32, $33. This is what, 15 or under? I forget exactly how much it is. I will put it up on the screen for you. And just remember, Beauty Pie prices fluctuate. But this is a fabulous, traceless under eye setting powder if you have fair to light skin. I don't know what it would look like on people with richer skin tones, but this is my third pan of this. I didn't want to be without, so I picked up another one because the last time I went looking for it, going, getting close to pan here, I couldn't find it and I was panicked. So the last 2 times I have made a purchase, this has not been on the website. So when I made this purchase, I was like, I'm getting another one because it's one of the things from Beauty Pie that I don't want to be without. The next product I picked up is another One Powder Wonder, but this is their Exquisite Light. This is kind of, when it first came out, I remember it wasn't called this. It was called something else, and it was supposed to be kind of like a radiant setting powder for all over the face. So people were like, oh my goodness, it's a highlight. This is too much for all over. So it's much softer pressed than the other one, the other One Powder Wonder. And it's a slightly different color. Look at this. All right, so this is being now marketed as a highlight. And it definitely is. It looks like a really soft, natural looking highlight. It doesn't look like it's too stroby or too blingy. Actually, I think this would be really nice. I picked up the bronzer and this because I wanted to see what their powder products were like, because I love the One Powder Wonder, the Uberlescent Universal, that's that kind of translucent white powder. I love that and I have repurchased it so much. I'm really curious to see if I'm gonna like this, but it's definitely more of your illuminating highlighting powder, and the bronzer here reads almost a little blush in tone, but that's okay. Excited to try those. I really like their Ultra Color Pro Gel Pencils. I picked up the shade Very Pretty Plum. I have been liking, you know, eyeliners. This is a great one, and it's really close to kind of like a neutral brown shade, but it's not brown. I have Molten Bronze, and this shade is one of those that you can't always go and find it. So here's Molten Bronze, and here's Very Pretty Plum. I feel like it's going to be a nice differentiation, especially for fall, when I'm wearing more berry tones, so I'm glad to have this. I feel like these are really beautiful eyeliners. I like them just as well as I like the Pat McGrath Permagel liners. I feel like they glide really nicely. I feel like it's not identical to the Makeup by Mario, what is it, their Pro Longwear pencil. But they're really good and they're so affordable. So this is my second one, but definitely going to be excited to be trying this color. Last thing I picked up is a mascara. I have tried one of their mascaras before, their Uber Boost Volume or Velvet, whatever it is, the Uber Boost one. Beautiful, gave me fabulous lashes. I could build it, it was fantastic. It reminded me of the one that I'm wearing today, which is Lancome's Monsieur Big, but I put on so many layers of this, we're getting into goopville. But it was very purposeful, that's what I was going for. This is one that people were talking about being great at separating lashes, building length, but not volume. And there are some days that I want more of a wispy, natural lash. This is the Flash False Lash Mascara, and the brush on this is a little bit different. Look at this, look how tiny it is. It is one of those silicone wands, but people were just saying this is their new favorite mascara. They've been buying high-end mascaras for years, and once they tried this, they haven't looked back. And I was like, oh, if I can get a $12 mascara to give me fabulous lashes that are, because sometimes I want a really big, full, voluminous, over-the-top lash. I don't have time or energy for false lashes. I need it all to come from a mascara. And then there are days that I want like a really bold lip, you know, clean skin, and just barely defined lashes. That's what I think this is going to be good for. So I'm gonna have to let you know how this goes. I think that's the last of everything from Beauty Pie. So I did place an order during the 21 Days of Beauty, and this is because I recently ran out of a fragrance, and I feel like it was a little bit of an impulse buy. I was getting ready for work one morning. It was 6:15. I was sitting on the edge of my bed and I was like, oh, okay, while you're drinking your morning cup of coffee before you jump in the shower, I was like looking through, I was like, oh, this is the day they have XYZ on sale. I feel like the reason that I recently picked this up, first of all, it was on sale. Instead of being like 80 some odd dollars, it was like 44. So there was the price that kind of lured me in. I love this fragrance. I've worn this fragrance for years since it came out. Not all the time. I wouldn't say it's my signature fragrance, but it's definitely one that I like the smell of. I feel like it's an easy fragrance to wear. I am not a, you know, fragrance person. I don't spend my time or energy on finding new fragrances. Sometimes I'll find a brand that I like and I'll purchase those fragrances. And that's what's happened here. Many, many moons ago, I fell in love with a fragrance from Lancome that I don't even think they make anymore. It's called Poem. And I've been using it. I still have a bottle of it, so I've been using it, and it brings good memories to me. It's fragrance I wore on my wedding day. I used to wear Trésor. I used to wear Miracle. I mean, I've worn a ton of Lancome fragrances. So when this one came out and I got one of those little teeny tiny spray samples, I liked it. And then my mom got me a small bottle of it. Loved it so much. And then I just continued to repurchase, sometimes a rollerball, sometimes the smallest size. And when I saw it on sale, it's been a while since I've had it, I was like, you know what, this is really a fragrance that I enjoy. So I picked it up. Now, I'm not sure whether I'm gonna hang on to this or whether I'm gonna return it. I don't know. And I think a lot of that comes down to, I did just recently finish a bottle of my favorite fragrance, which is Viktor and Rolf's Flower Bomb. It was in my empties. I don't know if that video is up yet, but it takes me a long time to go through fragrance, but I sailed through that one. I think I've had it for like maybe just over a year and I'm already done. It was the 1.7 ounce. Now, some people fragrance every day. I can only use fragrance on non-work days. And I really, really love that other fragrance. I don't know whether I'm gonna hang on to this or whether I'm gonna return it. And maybe what I need to do is go through my stash and see if I have a little sample still and try it on, because once I open this, there's no returning it. But I did pick this up during the 21 Days of Beauty. The other thing I picked up, and looks like it's in a sad state here, is the Ordinary eyelash serum. This is their multi-peptide lash and brow serum. I have been using a lash serum on my eyebrows for probably more than a year now, and I feel like I did definitely get more hairs growing in, and it's been almost 3 weeks since I finished my last one. I was like, I need to get another one, and I went to my local Ulta looking for this one, and they were completely sold out. So I added it to my, 21 Days of Beauty order, but I'm glad to have this back. I have never tried it. Let me know what your favorite affordable eyelash serum is. I don't use it on my lashes. I just use it on my eyebrows, and I feel like it's made a big difference in how my eyebrows grow in. I made a Glossier order as well. I needed a new stretch concealer because this is all that I have left. Like, the next time I use this, it's gonna be empty. And I was telling myself, don't use it until your new one comes. Normally, I just move on to what's next. It takes me a long time. I've got a lot of concealers. These are just the ones that I'm not reaching for this month. So these are the ones that live in my collection. And these are the ones that I am like reaching for specifically this month. I did have my stretch concealer in my monthly makeup bin, and I was like, don't use it because the minute you run out, you're going to desperately want it. Wait till your new one comes. So I'm glad to have a new stretch concealer. This is probably in the last 12 months my most reached for concealer, and I'm not sure whether I ordered this in August or September of 2021. I'd never tried it. I'd heard great things about it, and I was watching Katie Jane Hughes, and I saw how she very quickly, very easily, like she was using all cream products and she'd over blushed a little bit, so she picked up a really wispy little brush, dabbed it in her stretch concealer and kind of stamped over it and blended it all together, and I was like, magic. I need me one. So I ordered it, and I will tell you, I feel like this has been a sort of concealer that I reach for consistently because it looks like skin, it's medium coverage, it's lightweight, and for me, if I want to use it like to cover up some hyperpigmentation, but I only want to just like conceal certain areas, it doesn't ever look heavy. So I'm so glad to have like a full jar, because like my other one's like almost out. I'm like, what will I do when it's gone? The other thing I picked up is a Glossier After Balm. This is the one that I've had for a while. I recently found the bottom of the jar. I'm still working my way around the sides. This is a really, really rich cream that I right now, since it's still warm, have been using at night. Or on a no makeup day, I will top like all of my serums and plumping situations with this. And this is great because it's kind of like, it almost feels like bubble wrap for my face, like that layer that just leaves it soft and squishy. That's what this feels like. It's so beautiful. It is also really good at helping my skin kind of recover. I recently started using a new skincare product that has an active ingredient that, until my skin gets used to it, is causing a little bit of irritation. And a layer of this at night, I wake up feeling refreshed, plump, hydrated, happy, and I knew that I wouldn't want to go through winter without it. So I'm glad to have another jar of this, and I like that it's not like horribly expensive. The other thing that's cool is you're getting 1.7 ounces in a jar like this. Most traditional face creams only come in a 1 ounce jar, so I feel like I'm getting a little bit more and I'm not paying nearly as much. I just took my last order out of the box, and it looks like it's a lot of bubble wrap. So the last thing I purchased were 2 lipstick refills from House of Sillage. Now, I have had a friend who has been reminding me, because they know my love of lipsticks, have you tried House of Sillage? Have you tried House of Sillage? And I was like, no, I haven't. And a lot of it is because the minute I purchased one of their little enameled and bejeweled bow lipstick holders, I knew it was going to be over. I was going to want more than one. And they're so expensive. Expensive. And she told me, she's like, wait, you don't have to have one of their special holders. You can buy one of their lipsticks. She goes, the formula is really great. When they go on sale for 40 or 50% off, I'm going to message you. You should pick one up. So I did. All right. The other thing I'm going to tell you is it's not here yet because I didn't order it from House of Sillage, but I went on Poshmark and I ordered a bow holder. And it's an enamel turquoise blue bow holder that just has Swarovski crystals around the edges. And it's the one that I've been eyeing for a long time. They're not releasing anymore. I didn't want to get the ones that were on sale on the website right now, like the Batman one or the Minnie Mouse one, because that's not really my aesthetic. Although I do love DC Comics and I love Batman, I'm not a Batman lipstick kind of gal. I love Disney with my whole heart. I grew up in Southern California. We used to go to Disneyland all the time. I don't want a Minnie Mouse. I want it to be interesting and other and not branded. So I'm waiting for that lipstick holder that I bought on Poshmark to arrive, but I got it for $80, which is so much better. It says that it doesn't have any scratches or missing gems. Here's hoping that's exactly what it is when it arrives. I did pick up 2 refills to go into the bow holder. Oddly enough, they're both bright colors. All right, so one of them is their matte collection, and the other one just says diamond powder lipstick. And I think this one might be kind of like this satin formula. This is the shade Queen, and it is a satiny red. Oh, she's so beautiful. The other shade I got is called Femme. Here's Femme. This is the matte, this is the satin. I am so glad that this is not too pink, that it's not too nude. This is exactly the sort of kind of nudie pink that I love. And I'm really curious to see what these formulations wear like. So they come in these little, I don't know, little plastic holders. Whoop! And this is the component that you take out and that you put into the bow holder and then twists up and twists down. So even though you can use these lipsticks like this, you can't, they don't actually, you know, turn up here. You have to actually take it out and use this part right here to turn it up. But I'm glad, I know that I'm the sort of person who's gonna want the actual unit that it goes in. So when it gets here, expect to see kind of like a super posh over the top lipstick, and I'll have 2 refills for it. So that's all that I got. I know that was quite a bit. Thank you for watching. I am sitting here telling myself that I need to be better. I'm just gonna grab my coffee because holiday releases are releasing left, right, and center. And I have been like, my eyes been catching, oh look, there's an interesting set from Rare Beauty. Oh look, there's new stuff from the drugstore. Oh look, you know, Hourglass has their new ambient lighting holiday pans out. And I'm like, yeah, be careful, rate it in. Because a lot of the stuff that I've been buying recently, I've been trying new Charlotte Tilbury, new Patrick Ta, new Lisa Eldridge. I definitely have not been saying no. And I feel like I've been getting stuff that has been working for me, but I also don't want to overcrowd my collection where later I lose sight of what I have and I don't appreciate and use the stuff that I already know is good. Let me know what's been catching your eye recently. And if you have been making beauty pie purchases recently, what have you been picking up? What have you been recommending to friends? What can you not live without? I would love to know in the comment section down below. Thank you so much for watching. Have an incredible day, and I'll see you again soon.